If you're feeling lost, confused, or maybe a little bit sense of despair and hopelessness, this video is not for you. This was called carb confusion, and what I'm talking about today is all about carbohydrates and weight loss, and how if you eat them right and eat the right type, you could lose weight. If you eat the wrong type, you could stay fat and bloated. So I'm going to reveal the secrets all about carbs. There are some people that will avoid carbohydrates like the devil. There are other people that are addicted to carbohydrates and sugar like it's crack. Myself, I don't follow any of those things. I don't follow anybody. I follow my hit 'em and quit 'em philosophy. I use it and then I lose it. I'm going to describe in this video the essential rules for eating carbs so you can get lean and stay lean year round. Let's check it out. Keep it simple. Carbs are used for energy. They're utilized for energy. Thus, you should eat carbs around things that you expend a lot of energy for, i.e. working out or early in the morning. The problem with most people with carbs is they'll eat too much per serving, or they'll eat too much on a day that they do no physical exercise. It makes no sense to eat a bagel and then have a sandwich with bread and so forth when you have a day at the office when you're sitting on your ass for about 8 to 12 hours. Makes no sense. Carbs are used for energy. They should be functional. That's the first important tip before I say anything else. I'm going to keep this video super simple. With that said, I'm going to give you 3 important ground rules to follow with carbs that will make a huge difference in terms of your body composition. First one is eat less than 100 grams of carbs a day, with less being actually a little bit better on days that you don't work out. On days that you do work out, you need the fuel, and which is why I recommend roughly around 100 grams or less. That's enough to replenish what's called your liver glycogen, a little bit of your muscle glycogen to keep you fueled and to keep you from feeling drowsy and sort of weak and lethargic and tired. I would recommend on non-workout days to consume less than that. And as a general rule of thumb, I would also eat less than 30 grams of carbs per meal. The reason behind that is simple. You don't want to spike your insulin too high when you eat food, when you eat the carbs. Think about it like this. When you eat a carbohydrate, if you eat too much at once, it'll be stored as fat. So just the right amount, like Goldilocks, is essential for keeping that weight off. So less than 30 grams per serving. 2, timing, as in comedy, is key. So timing your carbohydrates. The only times you should consume carbohydrates are when you need them, when you need energy. When do you need energy? When you're starting the day, so breakfast, or 2, when you're about to work out and bust ass. So either before or after your workout. And I got into that in another video in more detail. It makes no sense to be eating carbs on days that you do nothing whatsoever. Finally, when I say carbs, I'm not talking about dancing sugar plums. I'm not talking about donuts. I'm not talking about croissants. I'm talking about none of that junk, okay? Here are my carbohydrate list, my hit list, and avoid everything else because it's on my shit list. If it's a vegetable, if it's a fruit, if it's beans, lentils, let's say starchier vegetables, so we're talking about root vegetables, tubers, squashes, and so forth. I don't like white potatoes, but I mean sweet potatoes are okay. Ancient grains, and by ancient I mean quinoa, amaranth, and so forth, and steel cut oats actually fall in the acceptable category of that. If I didn't list a carbohydrate that you're thinking about eating, like say pita bread or what have you, or wrap, it's because I hate it and it should be avoided like the plague. Those are the carbs that you could choose off of the list, and those are the carbs that you should eat because I'm going to use a big, dumb buzzword. They're more functional. They're better utilized with your body, okay? Fruits and vegetables have a ton of phytonutrients. Wonder Bread, it's white because it's devoid of nutrition. I'm going to say this, is that green vegetables count as 0 carbohydrates. I don't want you to be super scared now about your whole carbohydrate intake and wondering if you're going to hit over the 100-gram content or not. I will say this very quickly, that you should definitely not count any green vegetable towards your carbohydrate count because they're so low calorie and they're so healthy for you that you should eat them with every single meal. Look at the green giant, okay? He is jacked. He got lean and mean by eating only green. So don't avoid the green vegetables. With that being said, I'm going to go into more detail with carbs. As long as you guys, if you comment, rate, like, and pass it around, I'll be sure to include another video. And with this, Chef Buff is out. Until then, stay buff and stuff.